we keep trying to get Ray Allen to do a sequel to He Got Game.
Oh, man, yeah.
Now Denzel says he's up for it. Ray
Really?
says he's up for it. And I asked Denzel, and he said, I'm fine. He said, get Spike and, get something going. But I'm wondering, what would the sequel be to He Got Game?
Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm not holding it up either. I'm sure, I'm sure that I can find some time. What's holding up? It's been over 20 years. I think you have to, it's generational, right? You either have to, Jesus Shuttlesworth is now himself a father, maybe, is now himself. Maybe it's not a son, maybe it's a daughter. I think college basketball today, maybe his son is figuring out whether to go straight to the pros. I think the storyline, Spike is obviously Oscar-nominated writer and director, so he can figure it out. I think it's just probably scheduling and timing, and I love the idea of revisiting where that character Jesus Shuttlesworth, as iconic as he was, along with his Spike as his who would be a grandfather at this time. Not Spike, Denzel, who would be probably a grandfather at this point to Shuttlesworth's son, getting involved again in his son's life. And
what do you remember about shooting that?
Oh, I got two memories, and I still have some of the proof of those memories, too. I remember the two scenes that, I remember the first time auditioning for it. I walked into this casting director's office in New York with Spike, and out came Mila Djokovic. She just auditioned for the character role of the prostitute. And in behind me walked an 18-year-old Rosario Dawson.
Oh, boy.
She signed in. She just got off of the show Kids, the movie Kids that she'd done. She asked me to borrow my headphones. I lent her my headphones. She wanted to get prepared for her scene. And I went in, and it was Ray Allen and Travis Best and myself auditioning for these characters. And in the casting office was just Spike and I think Tyler, the casting director. And we get done with the scene, and we hear this clapping, and it's neither of them clapping, and we're wondering who's clapping. And in the closet on the floor was sitting Denzel Washington for the first time. And he stuck his head out, and he was like, that was really good. And ended up getting the role. And then the second thing I remember about that movie was being on set and shooting probably one of the most eye-opening scenes for me as Chick Deegan recruiting Jesus Shuttlesworth to come to Tech U. And as a recruit on campus, and I've done this before, not to this level, but you show the guys, you show the high school kid around, you want them to feel good about the school and fall in love. You want to introduce them to the young ladies. And in this case, two of the women that were playing the assistant coaches that I was entertaining Jesus Shuttlesworth with were two famous porn stars. And I remember getting a Polaroid with these two women just to remember that, I was on set with these two women. And I have those Polaroids to the day, actually.
Oh, boy.
Every once in a while, I'll pull them out and I go, oh, man, it was 20 years ago. And we did this scene, and the scene became iconic. It became really iconic. And because everywhere I go now, people want me to recruit them to come to college with assistant coaches.
That didn't happen at North Carolina when you were recruited.
No, I didn't have that type of recruiting tactics.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.